Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Yes, I don't have any makeup on, that's just because I wasn't intending on filming today. So as you guys probably guessed by the title of this video, I'm going to talk about some ghost stories that have happened to me over particularly the past kind of few years. And it's a topic that I am really sensitive about. It's a topic that is emotional for me, and that's why often when I've wanted to tell you the story, I've kind of held back and I've not really wanted to say anything about it. Honestly, I've always been interested in the paranormal, ghost stories. I watch things on the TV all the time about the paranormal, and it's just something that I find very, very interesting, and always have done actually from a very, very young age. But nothing had really ever actually happened to me where I've thought, oh my god, this is actually real and this does exist. I was always, you know, if I would ever see anything, I would always think to myself, okay, just be, you know, calm down, be a little bit skeptical. Was that really what you saw? Was that really what you heard? And all of that sort of stuff. But recent events have kind of made me less of a skeptic and more of just a believer. As you guys may or may not know, if you have followed my channel for a very long time or for the past couple of years or so, I had to get one of my beloved pets put to sleep. And she was a cat. She was my best friend. I loved her dearly. I still love her dearly. And she meant a lot to me, and we were like the best of friends. We really were. And I had this connection. And she was a cat. Her name was Sugar, and she was one of the cats that I had had since I was quite young. Everything happened very, very quickly. Like, we had to get her put to sleep very, very quickly. She fell quite ill very quickly, and it definitely wasn't nice. It absolutely broke me. It really did. And I still get very upset about it to this day. But not long after she passed away, I kind of had this thing where, because her name was Sugar, I thought, well, if she was to kind of come back as anything, it would be a sugar stealer. And if you don't know what a sugar stealer is, I'll insert a picture now. Obviously, sugar stealers, they come out in the summer. You don't really see them in the winter. And Sugar was put to sleep in really early June. So it was just kind of getting into that summertime. The weather was starting to get hotter, and we were starting to see more sugar stealers. Actually, this has happened to me numerous times since having Sugar put to sleep. But I remember one particular night I was really upset. And I remember being here in my room. I remember being really upset and crying. And I don't know where this sugar stealer came from, but it somehow had gotten into my room and it stuck to me. I know a lot of people might say that this is very silly, but the way that I looked at it was, oh, it's Sugar and she's just kind of trying to calm me down, like everything's okay. And it was all over my body. It was stuck to me and it wouldn't leave me alone. That was kind of one of the first things that I noticed that kept happening over and over again. So we recently got Calvin, which is a new little addition to our family. Well, he's not so new anymore. He's been with us for a year, but at the time he was relatively new to our little family. And I would always say that Calvin was a gift from Sugar because I don't know what it was about Calvin, but I just was drawn to him. And it's my weird way of thinking, I guess, like, oh, this is Sugar telling me that this cat is now the right cat for me to have after her. I was actually taking him to a vet's appointment one day, and I was trying to put him in his cat carrier. With his cat carrier, he's not really bothered. He'll just kind of wander in there. He'll fall asleep in there if you just leave it out and open for him. But he doesn't get in it straight away, and I kind of leave his cat carrier open for him. I leave it on the couch in the dining room. So the cat carrier is open and he can go in it if he wants to, or when he feels like he wants to, whatever. I'm not going to force him in because I don't want him to stress out. So all of a sudden, I see a little shadow out of the corner of my eye, and I see a shape of a cat. It was like a black shadow figure of a cat, the same build as Sugar, jump into the cat carrier, and then the door slams shut. I was shocked. I did like a double take. Bear in mind that this is the cat carrier that We took Sugar to the vets in all of the time. It has been in our family for years. I went over to the cat carrier again, I opened the door, and I just said, like, I'm sure I just saw Sugar run into this pet carrier, and then, as I said, you know, she kind of shut the door behind her. It was so weird. And there has been other moments similar to that where I've seen a shadowy figure of a cat, the same as Sugar's build, looking exactly like Sugar, wandering around my feet. Sugar used to do that a lot because me and Sugar, like, she used to love me to pieces and I love her to pieces. And I was always her go-to human for everything. Like, we were really close. You know when something happens and something happens quite a few times, and then you start thinking to yourself, this is not a coincidence anymore. This is, like, this could actually be Sugar trying to communicate with me. At first I was a little bit of a skeptic, but as time went on and things started happening more than once and numerous times, that's when I was like, okay, maybe there's something else going on here. Going back to the whole Sugar stealer situation, in April into May of 2017, I was actually in Orlando, Florida for 3 weeks, and it was the first time that I had gone away after Sugar had passed away. And we were actually at Walt Disney World. I remember this particular day when we were at Animal Kingdom. It was roasting hot, but there was a gentle breeze, and without that breeze I would have overheated. We were actually eating dinner, and all of a sudden a Sugar stealer comes along and kind of rests beside me on the bench that we were sitting on. And I was like, you know, I always say that, oh, it's Sugar, you know, she's just coming to make sure I'm good, you know, all of that sort of stuff. And then more start coming, and within minutes we were surrounded by hundreds of Sugar stealers in Animal Kingdom. It baffles me because I had been to Animal Kingdom previously and this had never happened. It had only happened in 2017, the first time that we went away on holiday since Sugar had passed away. And I still have no explanation for why we were surrounded with so many Sugar stealers. Like, I have never seen as many Sugar stealers in my life as I did in Animal Kingdom that day. And it actually made me tear up. I started to cry a little bit. We actually went over to catch the train, because if you guys don't know, there's like a little train that runs between two different sections of Animal Kingdom. We'd finished our dinner and we went over to get the train. We were stood waiting for the train, and more Sugar stealers were surrounding us. It was just one of those moments where it was magical, and I have never ever forgotten that moment, and I don't think I ever will forget. And it was just something that happened that was really special to me. And I remember actually getting on the train and they were kind of following us. There was one actually hovering around me when I was on the train. I know a lot of people are going to sit and say, you know, oh well, these things, you know, you could have just imagined these shadowy cat figures, you could have just imagined things like that. And fair enough, do you know what? I could have. It could have just been my mind going crazy. But then when things happen numerous times, you think to yourself, this is no longer a coincidence. Those are my experiences. Like I said, some of those happen just the once, like in Animal Kingdom, but some of them happen numerous times. Do you guys believe in the paranormal? Let me know in the comment section down below. And have you guys had any kind of similar experiences to this? Also, make sure that you let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching all of this video. I know it's been quite a long video, but I hope you enjoyed anyways. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave this video a thumbs up, and if you're new here, click on that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope to see you guys in my next video.